All right, now we're going to jump into the genus of Mollusca. So genus equals Mollusca. This is an interesting one. We're going to go over four major classes here. The first one here we're going to do is the gastropod or gastropoda. Gastropod's going to include all of your snails or slugs. It's the most populated class in the genus Mollusca. The genus Mollusca contains the second most amount of species as far as invertebrate animals go. The most popular one, of course, is the arthropoda. The gastro means stomach, pod means foot. It walks on its foot, or on its stomach, excuse me. The snail has a radula, which is a scraping mouth part to help scrape up its food, and has sensory antennas. The next class in the Mollusca is the bivalves. Bivalve. These are going to be your clams, oysters, mussels, any species with a two shells that open and close. These they're able to close their shells very tightly for protection using adductor muscles. Adductor muscles. That's one of their defense mechanisms to avoid being eaten. We learned in the previous video, however, that the Asterias, the sea stars, are able to open these shells with their tube feet, which is really impressive because if you've ever tried to open a clam, it's very strong. All right, moving along. Here we have the cephalopodas, or cephalopods. Cephalopoda. These are going to include your squid, octopus. The chambered nautilus is in the cephalopod class. That's an interesting species. And you might ask here, why are the squid and the snails, why are these seemingly two different species grouped in the same genus? Well, that is a good question, and it's because of a lot of our classification now is based off of genetics and the genomes. So as we've sequenced different genomes of different species, we categorize these by similarities. So for whatever reason, these the genomes of these different classes are similar, and that's why they're grouped together. Okay, and finally, the last one here. I like the name. It's a weird one, but it's the name's really cool. It's Polyplacophorus. Polyplacophorus, or Phora. And an example of this is the chiton, and they're just made of calcium carbonate. They're a marine species. They eat algae. And yeah, they're an interesting species. So, all right, here's the four basic classes of Mollusca: the gastropods, the bivalves, the cephalopodas, and the polyplacophoras. All right, thanks.